religious Jew and a sugar addict can be quite challenging because our Jewish culture is so involved with food and food traditions and food ceremonies and food rules. And it really can be quite challenging for somebody who, as a rule, does not eat sugar and flour, because for me, it's like drugs, right? I just can't have a little, so I don't have any. Having said that, being a religious Jewish woman can really be an amazing tool to help me in my sugar-free recovery. You see, I learned this in a 12-step program, but we can also learn this from our Judaism, from our yiddishkeit. Anybody who chooses to believe in God or in some kind of higher power can also choose to believe that that higher power, or that God, or Hashem, as I call him, can do anything. And if he can do anything, well, then he can also help me in my personal recovery from sugar addiction, which means that I have that right, maybe not even just the right, but the obligation to ask him personally for personal help, to help me to abstain from foods that influence my brain the same way that drugs do to a drug addict, or nicotine does to somebody who's a heavy smoker and severely addicted to cigarettes. So using my Judaism, my belief, my religious belief, or spiritual belief for somebody who isn't necessarily religious, but using my spiritual belief as a conscious tool to help me to abstain is an amazing thing. One of our biggest problems for people who suffer from this disorder called addiction is that we try to go it alone and we don't ask for help. Not from people and not from our God or higher power if we choose to believe it. We can use anything, but not asking for help from the sources that I do believe can help me, be it God, Hashem, be it somebody else who's a professional, a mentor, a friend, a partner. If I don't ask for help when not just when I absolutely need it, I'm on the rails, I'm desperate. That's when most people ask God for help, isn't it? But if we can learn to ask God for help before we're on the rails, before we're absolutely desperate, where we have nowhere else to turn, if then we were turn to this limitless source of power, well, the sky's the limit also regarding our recovery. And sometimes God, our higher power, the universe, choose whatever it is you want to call it, sends us messengers, sends us angels, people to help us in this journey. But then it's on us to ask them for help. So, first of all, we need to be willing to ask for help. We need to be willing to admit that we can't do this on our own. And it really is a hard thing to do on your own, even if you're Jewish or not. My team and I make a huge effort to consistently put out high quality videos to help you on your way to health. If you're getting value from these, you can help us reach more people by liking, sharing, and commenting on this video. Thank you. Being in sugar-free recovery, abstaining from certain foods because for me, there's no such thing as having just a little. It's either I don't have it all, and then if it's not an option, it's not a problem. But I know that these foods really are very tempting and very enticing, and it's really, really hard sometimes, especially in today's food environment, to really abstain because people don't understand and don't get it. So it's really, really hard. And when it's hard, it's even harder to do it alone. And that's when it's my obligation to ask for help. Not just when I'm desperate and things have completely fallen apart. Always, the best treatment is prevention. So the idea is to look for support in my belief in God, in other people who I believe are his messengers, in friends, families, people who I know will support me without judging me, and ask for help. And also, yes, God can be busy with the rest of the world and still have time to help me in my own personal plate today, for breakfast, for lunch, for supper, 24/7. Because if I believe in God, then I believe that he is all powerful and can do anything. And that means that I also deserve his love and his attention and his help regarding my sugar-free recovery. This is my message for you today. So, if you feel you need help and you do believe in God or in a higher power, you can ask them for help. Prayer is an amazing tool for sugar-free recovery, as well as many other things in life. And sometimes through that prayer, we get to meet messengers, people, physical people on this earth, or programs that we know are a good fit for us and can help us. So if you're looking for somebody to help you and who's a good fit, check out my site below or contact me in the link on my site, zippylivne.com. Bye-bye.